Whoa! Whoa, man, alive! Hey everyone, what's going on? It is a warm summer day. It's finally turned summer here in Kentucky, and I'm gonna go back to my roots and fish the creek. I've not really fished the creek for smallmouth in quite some time, and honestly I wanted to put together another Ned Rig episode because I've not really you know, it's one of my highest rated videos, if not the best video I have. And I really, now that I've 2 years later actually learned how to fish and tie and do the Ned Rig, I wanted to share that with you all. Before we get started, I set that up and it fell down. I'm going to show you what I'm using. This backpack's got my batteries, it's got release tools, that's a set of pliers on the lanyard there. There's my measuring board. I use that because I used to lay fish down on the ground and use a measuring tape, and that's just really bad for them. So that was given to me by my buddy Adam. But this is the Ned Rig, and that's an actual Z-Man Shrooms hook. I think that's an 1/8 ounce, and that's a TRD, Z-Man TRD. That's the weedless version. And a couple tips before we get started fishing is, when you put your worm on your hook, use a shot of super glue right there around the tip, because this plastic will just basically melt to that head and it won't slide back off every time you catch a fish like it normally would. And also, I got a little super glue on my line there. Use fluorocarbon. When you think Ned Rig, think finesse, and you're going to be fishing clear water with this. And a lot of people use monofilament. I used to use monofilament, but fluorocarbon, number one, when it's underwater, the way it refracts light, it is darn near invisible. Number two, fluorocarbon doesn't have that much stretch to it, so it's sensitive. So a lot of people just tie a straight braid or they'll use mono, but if you use fluoro, you're gonna feel bites so much better. So there you go. Use super glue. If you want to take it up a notch, use the super glue gel around the head right there. And I almost botched this one up. I arched it, but it was already glued and I couldn't really change it. But you know, it should relatively look like that. And that's what we're going to be using today. This is 12-pound fluoro. If you're wondering what fluoro I use, I use Sunline FC Sniper, and I use an FG knot right there and hook it to my Power Pro. That's 20-pound Power Pro, but this is like my all-around rod. I use this for saltwater too, so you don't need that much. But a lot of people ask what kind of reel I use. That is a Van Staal VR50. It's an expensive reel, but I bought it because you know, one, it's rated for saltwater. It's a saltwater reel. Actually, is made for guys who fish in the surf for stripers, but it is watertight. So that right there, I kept ruining reels when I was wade fishing. I was dropping in the water and it would ruin them. But this right here, watertight. And that is a 8-foot, no, that's a 7.6 medium power St. Croix Legend Tournament. Again, a little bit overkill, but this is my everything rod. So I'm gonna quit talking and start fishing. Let's see if we can pick up some nice smallmouth. Kind of nervous. I don't think I've stepped foot in the creek yet. Is it gonna be cold? I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's cold. Actually, it feels good. I don't like fishing and going downstream, but I'll stick relatively close to my Jeep just because I forgot my headlamp. But I kind of know these waters, so I'm not too nervous about it. But when it gets dark, it's a different world in the water. But see these little current breaks in here? That's where those fish are gonna normally be hiding. You just watch and feel for a bite. And a lot of people ask, how do you fish the Ned Rig? Do you hop it? Do you drag it? Do you know, kind of use it as a jerk bait? And my answer is all of the above. You just got to pay attention to what the fish are doing. If they're hitting it when you're just really, really slowly dragging it, do that. If a pop off the bottom is triggering strikes, do that. You just got to pay attention to what the fish are doing. This water feels amazing. Tell you what, I'm gonna go upstream real quick. It gets deep pretty quick up there, but I feel like I can pick up a good fish. Another thing you want to pay attention to, golly, what a crawdad. Now I know what color the crawdads are, is to pay attention to the color of the bait swimming around the creek. I may have to change colors here because I'm seeing a lot of green colored minnows, but now I'm gonna do something right now that a lot of people don't understand what I'm doing. But notice I'm not up to the water yet, but I'm casting. And that's because I don't want to spook a fish that's really close to the edge of the water there. So I cast to it before I get up to it. There's a bass. Oh, see? I walked up to it before I got up to there. I should have worked that back all the way to the bank. I did not even see that fish. He's very aggressive too. Let's see if we can pick him up. There he is. Oh, he's got it. Ah! Well, there you go. Smallmouth are biting. That was a smallmouth. Try that again. Man, that fish was aggressive. Whew. Decent size for a creek. There's another fish. Ah, there's another fish too, right next to it. Ha! Check it out. Creek smallie number 1. His buddy followed him out of there. Look at that. You can't beat creek smallies. If you're fishing a Ned rig, try to keep it out of trees. They don't bite in the trees. Yeah, this ain't happening. Time to head back downstream. Now we're getting into some good water here. Oh yeah. All kinds of smallie water right here. There's a bite. Yeah. Little guy. Look at the colors on that fish though. There we go. And again, they don't like to hang out up in the trees. They, you know, like to be in the water. Felt like a fish for a second. That is a fish. Small fish. Rock bass. You can tell because you'll just feel that flutter. It won't be a solid thump usually. It'll just be like a flutter, like they're mad at it. Little rock bass. Another classic scenario of proof that fish bite better in the water. Notice I haven't caught a thing since I've been in that tree. There's a rock bass. Bigger one. Such a pretty fish. There we go. Big old rock bass. Fatty. I do believe the rock bass are spawning right now. They're on the nest. That one's plumb full of eggs or food, one. About 14 billion rock bass over there. I'll take it. Okay, so the water goes around and you know the channel falls over there and it just forms a big deep hole of water over there. And I've actually caught some really nice smallmouth out of this hole. 19 and a quarter incher a couple years ago. But every time I come in here, there's always a big smallmouth or two, and they've always got some weight to them. That one that was 19 and a quarter, if it had been fat, it would have been 4 pounds easy. Oh, that was a smallmouth. I saw that happen. Buddy. First nice one of the night there. There you go. Nice. Came right up in front of me and hit that. Right up in front of me and hit that. Just doing it like almost like a shaky head. Just jiggling it, lifting it up, just letting it jiggle and letting it die. Ooh. Another nice smallmouth. Yeah, man. Thought I was hung on something. Play him out so he doesn't jump off. His Ned rigs. Hard to hold the hook on him. You all have been playing hide and seek all night. Thank you for finally showing your face. I actually think I've stopped and taken video here before 2 years ago when I was making an episode in the creek. So the fishing's just now starting to heat up. I'm gonna head back upstream. I've got about an hour and a half of daylight left, and I'm pretty happy that I left my headlight in the Jeep, and I'm pretty happy that I was like, don't forget that headlight, and I did. So anyways, hopefully the smallmouth will pick up on the way back. I am going to switch it up though to a green color since I keep seeing green bait fish. So I'm going to show you this little super glue trick. So let's take a dab of super glue, put it right there, right there. Be careful because you will super glue your fingers to the jig head if you don't watch. And just kind of work the bait down on there. I got bugs eating me up. Well, I kind of messed it up because the bugs keep biting me, but there it is. And it will stay right on that jig head. I think that's copper truce. That's a color you can find at Walmart. Well, you can find at Walmart around here. Might straighten it out just a hair. So that's how you want it to look. Lays just like that. Ooh. Whoa, man, alive. Golly, yes, sir. That jump right there. Ah, man, this is what I'm talking about right here. Smallie I've been looking for. Let's keep him out of the dirt. There we go. And you know what? I packed the freaking measuring board, so I'm gonna measure it. When you measure fish on a measuring board, get it wet, protect the slime. So, call it 15 inches. Not bad, eh? What I'm talking about. Okay, maybe they're hanging out right here at the edge. Already got it. There we go. They are hanging out the edge. Come on, honey. Smallmouth. Not a giant, but they were there where I thought they'd be. Kinda. There we go. I knew there'd be one in there. Oh, man. There it is. fat smallie. Well, with the remainder of the daylight I have left, I'm gonna beat feed up creek. But the Ned rig, very effective rig, especially when the fish are finicky. I don't think I would have caught that many fish on anything else but the Ned rig. Definitely heated up when the sun went down, just for smallmouth. But I hope this video will help you all out with fishing the Ned rig. Now that I have my new kayak, a Hobie Pro Angler 14, I'm definitely going to be using this Ned rig on the lake a lot more, and I'm going to show you all how I do that and things I learned. But thanks for tuning in, and you know, I hope you all you know, use the Ned rig better because of this video if it helped you. And you know, yeah, thanks for tuning in.